Or Darth Vader.
All right.
Right here. Right.
I can stand here and say next slide all the time if you want.
Nope, it's all you.
All right. All right. Perception or perspective. Which one is reality? So let me give you a hint. Your perception is your
Reality.
So which one is reality?
Perspective.
Perspective, perception, you're all wrong. It was a trick question. Neither are reality. Okay, who wants to be my guinea pig? I need 2 people. Come up here, come on. 2 people. You better rush.
Go, Rebecca.
All right.
Oh, Matt's up there.
Stand right here.
Playing ball.
So I'd like you to hold on to it. Okay, you got it? I want you to hold on to it too. Can you hold on to it? Okay. So, what color is your ball?
Orange, yellow, and green.
Orange, yellow, and green. Oh, that's interesting. What color is your ball?
I see orange, yellow, blue, and pink.
Okay. So, your perception is different than his,
Yes.
right? So, how do we gain perspective?
Ask questions.
Okay. What would that look like?
What do you see over there?
I see some pink and some blue.
Okay. And now, what's your perspective?
That as this goes that direction, there's pink and blue.
Okay. So, what is the reality of this situation? The perception or the perspective or something else?
Something else.
They're both holding a beach ball. That's the reality.
Yeah.
His perception of reality is different than her perception of reality. And she can ask questions to figure out what his is, and he can ask questions to figure out what hers is. You guys tracking me?
Yep.
Okay. Why am I teaching you this? What the hell does this have to do with sales? A lot, actually.
Communication.
Yes. We make up stories in our head when we don't know.
So I'm gonna teach you 3 ways that perspective changes us or can influence. So first of all, perspective can get us to feel different. So I want you to imagine that you have plans to go golfing, okay? And it starts to downpour outside. What are you saying to yourself?
That sucks.
I gotta get an umbrella.
That sucks. Can you golf in the rain? Okay, maybe I'm picking the wrong sport.
I golfed in the
Done, but
lightning.
maybe not.
Yes.
Okay, lightning and rain. It's lightning and rain.
My day's over, I
Okay.
can't golf.
Sucks, cancels, all of these things are going through your mind. Okay. How can you then shift your perspective to feel different about it? What's the farmer thinking?
Oh, this is great.
Why is the farmer thinking it's great?
Free water.
My crops are gonna grow.
My crops are going to grow, free water, especially if they're paying for it. Who knows if they are or aren't? I have no idea. I probably need to gain some perspective on that. But by doing that, what can that then do for you?
Uplifts you.
Can
Does
see
it help you feel
opportunity.
different? Do you see the rain differently?
Yeah.
You can, right? So that's how you can use perspective to feel different. Okay, perspective to act different. We've all probably done this. Well, anybody with kids. Kid doesn't want to eat their food. They want to throw it in the garbage. You can't throw that in the garbage. There's starving kids in Africa. I think we've all probably said something along those lines. There's starving kids somewhere. You can't throw that away. Why are we saying that to our kid?
We want
Give
them
them
to eat it.
perspective.
To appreciate the food that they have.
To get them to act different by gaining a different perspective than their own little world. By the way, from my experience, it doesn't work because their world is so small and that's such a big concept. It doesn't work. So come up with a different tactic, parents. But also, you have to think of this through what he was just talking about with interest rates. What is the perception of the consumer right now about buying a home?
It's too expensive.
Too expensive, can't afford it, right? So what's our job?
Change papers.
Our job is to offer up insights to get them to act differently. insights that actually would serve them in their best interest. You guys follow me? Okay. Perspective can help us serve or help different. Okay, so I'm going to use one now that we all can relate to. We've probably had this happen on the phone. You're talking to someone, and they say, I want a big yard. Okay? Your perception of a big yard. What's your perception of a big yard, Kara?
2 acres.
2 acres. Brittany, what's your perception of a big yard?
A quarter acre.
A quarter acre. That's interesting. You guys both think differently on the same exact term. What's the reality? All houses have yards of some sort. Even if there's no yard and someone else takes care of it, there's some kind of a outdoor space. That's the reality. But your perception is completely different than Brittany's perception. So what do we need to do in order to be able to serve that person better if they say, I want a bigger yard?
Ask questions.
It's very simple. We ask questions. One of the cardinal sins in sales is that we assume. If you assume or make an assumption based on your own perception, we already lost. And a lot of times you see that with salespeople because they'll say, so why is that important to you? Because of this or because of this? You guys ever heard anybody do that, or have you ever been guilty of doing that? Like, hey, why, like, what's a bigger yard to you? 1 acre or 3 acres? Right? We want to fill the void with our assumptions. So the goal is to not do that, is to not fill the void with your assumptions. The goal is to understand that we all see the world differently. Every single person in here sees the world differently. In fact, in one of our coaching sessions, we have people draw a tree. What do you think happens when we say draw? Is it draw trees? That's the instruction, right? Draw a tree. What do you think happens when we say draw a tree?
Two different trees.
Pine trees.
Pine tree, palm trees,
Christmas trees.
elm trees, Christmas trees, things that people think look like trees,
Sticks with arms.
right? We all have a different way of seeing the world, and it's each one of our responsibilities to not be situated in our perception. It's to see other people's perception and ask questions and help guide ourselves through gaining more perspective on the world or what people want. And that is how we become better salespeople, is by understanding that our assumptions will kill the deal and that their perception is what we actually need to understand and help guide them through, to either understand where they're at or help them act in their best interest. So, what are some other ways we can gain perspective in a situation? Ooh, was there a hand? Come on.
Like besides asking questions?
Yes, absolutely.
Experiencing the very thing that
Okay.
research.
So, understanding, researching, gaining more knowledge. Okay. What'd you say?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I said,
Sorry.
actually putting yourself in that situation, like doing it, like if that was possible,
Okay.
obviously, like experiencing.
How about storytelling? Has anybody ever used storytelling in sales?
Yes.
That is one of the most powerful ways to help someone gain perspective. Because if we're asking questions all the time and they don't quite understand the answer or can't visualize it, if you use storytelling, you can actually get them to see things differently. All right, this is my version of asking what the ahas are. How has this shifted your perspective? What are you going to do different? What's bouncing between your ears right now? And then who's going to pass the mic?
Just to remember to always ask more questions and definitely not try to fill in, empty spaces with my own understanding and answers.
Okay, so Mark said, ask more questions, don't fill in the empty spaces with your own assumptions. Okay, what else? That's really profound.
I think one of my favorite things to do is when I ask questions, then asking another question that digs deeper with with how they answered, so that I'm making sure I'm understanding what they are meaning by, with their answer. So just going 3 layers deep as much as possible. And the easiest question, if you can't think of something, is like, just, can you tell me a little bit more about that? Or why does that mean or why does that mean so much to you?
Yeah, so what Kara just brought up is one of the foundations of something we teach, which is going 3 layers deep on a question. Does anybody know why it's so important to go multiple layers deep with someone? So we'll use backyard as an example. You're gonna ask a clarifying question. That is not one of your 3 questions. What does big backyard mean to you? Because you're gonna find out acreage, right? So Kara, what does big backyard mean to you?
Let's say 2 acres.
Oh, 2 acres, awesome. So why is 2 acres important to you?
I have 3 horses and 2 big dogs and
Okay.
a bunch of grandkids.
Okay, and so why is it important to have the space for your horses and your grandkids?
Because I want to have a pasture, and then I want to be able to build a lean-to, and then I want a playground so that when my grandkids come over, they have somewhere to hang out.
Okay, and so why do you think it's important for you, or why does it mean something to you to have a pasture and a lean-to and a place for your grandkids to play?
So I want my home to be like the hub where everybody hangs out.
Okay, so what I hear you saying is you want your home to be the hub where everybody hangs out, which is why you want the pasture and lean-to and
Yes.
the playground and so everybody can be there. Does that sound right?
Yes, I want them all to hang out.
So the idea behind this is now I've got the core root. I have Kara saying the quiet part out loud. The part that maybe she hasn't thought about or said out loud yet, which is I want my home to be the hub where everybody feels comfortable and wants to come. So if I now have that and I understand that, does that give me more perspective
Yes.
on what a big yard means to Kara?
Yes.
Yes. It also allows me to leverage that and remind Kara in a heated or emotional situation where we're pushing towards the finish line of getting something done, and she might want to give up. And I get to remind her of her own perception and say, hey, remember, you wanted this so you could be the hub for your family. Is that still important to you?
Yes.
All right, we're almost there.
Okay.
Stick with me. You guys see the difference between, remember you said you wanted a big yard? Like, come on. Do you still want a big yard? It sounds different, right?
Yeah.
It's different. Okay, what else? One more aha from somebody. We're not leaving until I get it. Kelsey.
I will volunteer. I think this just really feeds into the conversation we had last week about being a professional, like asking those questions and digging down to find the perspective and change the perspective and whatnot. Like, if you hadn't done that and you take her to see a 1/4 acre property, then you're not showing up as a professional and she's not seeing you in that way, right?
That's awesome. So to repeat what she just said, it is how you show up as a professional. If you can understand other people's perception and gain perspective on that, that is, in essence, being a professional. So, awesome. Cool. Anything else? All right. Look at that. I got us out of here early.
Oh,
You guys like that?
no.
What's your perception of me right now?
Wow, this guy.
Yeah. All right. Gratitude.